Good morning, wonderful people. Welcome to the market call for today, the 16th of July, 2025. We're excited to have you all here. And on today's market call, we're going to be analyzing the following pairs and giving you a forecast of what we expect to happen in the market and the trades that we're likely going to be taking today during the London session for today. Starting off with the dollar index, we'll be analyzing it from top-down analysis perspective, and then we'll be looking at Euro USD. We'll follow through with GBP USD, gold against the dollar, which is XAU USD, the yen basket, GBP JPY, and Euro JPY. This is our focus for the market color this morning, and we'll be going right into the analysis as we commence with the dollar index, just as we announced earlier today. So starting off with the dollar index on the daily time frame, you can see that the dollar index is very bearish. We've been emphasizing on the bearishness of the dollar index for a couple of weeks now. Based off market structure, technical analysis is showing us bearishness on the dollar index, and we've been taking advantage of that for the last couple of weeks while we've been trading. Now, currently for today, we're also seeing that the dollar index has not relented from its sell trend. Now, something happened on Friday where we saw the dollar index make this brief retracement to cover up this this gap right here, this vacuum gap right here. And afterwards, you saw how there was a quick rejection of that particular region to the downside. We're expecting the dollar index to keep selling and trading all the way to the downside, as one of our points of interest for this dollar index sell has just been taken out, and then we're expecting the remaining to continue being taken out. Okay, so that is our anticipation for the dollar index. We're expecting bearishness. Now let's look at it on the 4-hour time frame for clear context. Now on the 4-hour time frame for the dollar index, you can see that the vacuum gap here, or the volume imbalance I was speaking about on the daily time frame, was right here. The dollar index went to fill it up on Friday, and afterwards we saw the rejection to the downside. So we're still expecting more and more sales of the dollar index to the downside. Okay, now for today on the 1-hour time frame, you can see that structure is being broken to the downside. We're expecting further sales, and everything is just hinting on sell the dollar. So while we're looking at other foreign currencies against the dollar, we're going to be having the perspective, or we're going to be having the idea from what we've picked on the dollar index for the dollar. So let's move to Euro USD first off. So on Euro USD, since we're looking to sell the dollar, of course, you know, on Euro USD, we're going to be looking to buy. Now on Euro USD, you can see that the buys have been moving clearly. The last point of interest was right here, and it has been taken out. Now here is the next point of interest, which is the next available liquidity pool, which is this old high around here. So we're expecting Euro USD to take that out moving into this week, so long as we keep being bearish on the dollar index. Now let's move to the 4-hour time frame for Euro USD. Now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see this decent retracement right here. Let me highlight that clearly. So you can see that distant retracement to around 61.8 on Euro USD. Price has returned to it, and now it's moving back to the upside for Euro USD. So we're expecting that continuation to happen, and then seeing price trade even further above this region that we just marked here. Now let's look out for trades that we'll be looking to take today. So on the 1-hour time frame on Euro USD, you can see it's clear that structure has been broken. Euro USD is bullish. And then on the 15 minutes time frame, where we can look to get our entries, first point will be somewhere around here. So I'm looking to see a Euro USD, a buy of Euro USD from somewhere around here. So if I see price giving me a decent retracement, I'll be moving all the way up for my Euro USD buy. So this is one place I'm expecting a buy on Euro USD. So let me put the complete markup right here so that it's clear for everyone to see. All right, so this is what we're expecting, about 15 pips stop loss, and then take profit is about 45. Okay, also. All right, so we'll be targeting this level first off, before we move to the other level. So this is the first level, okay, 60. So it's about 1:3.8 risk to reward ratio. So we're looking at this as our first trade for Euro USD, and this is going to possibly be our first trade for the week. So if Euro USD gets into this point of interest that I've mentioned right here, which is around 1.13550, that is going to be our entry. Then our stop loss is going to be right below this 15-minute order block at around 1.15385. Okay, then our take profit is going to be somewhere around 1.16139. This is my analysis on Euro USD, and this is trade that I'm looking to take on Euro USD. Okay, so if you have Euro USD on your radar as a possible pair that you'll be looking to trade this week, then you should be looking at these buyers that I've just explained right here. All right, so let's move to GBP USD. Now on GBP USD, I'm expecting something similar, but I would like to show you what we're seeing from the higher time frame before we move into the trade for the day. Now on GBP USD, you can see that it has always been bullish, trading all the way to the upside. And on the 4-hour time frame, we saw that retracement that's engineering GBP USD's buy. Okay, so this was a retracement right here that happened, and now you're seeing GBP USD buy into the upside. Now, one of the reasons why I like to measure the retracement before I continue, so that I will know where momentum is moving to. Now, if I'm clear on where momentum is moving, then I'll be very comfortable taking the trades that I am looking forward to. Because, for instance, on GBP USD, you've seen that the retracement is quite decent. It means that price is willing and ready to trade higher. Okay, so if you've seen that the retracement is not enough, it could be a potential move to the downside. Okay, it will mean that the retracement is not complete and price will retrace further before resuming the original trend. But for what we're seeing on GBP USD, it is clear that price has retraced enough. So on the 1 hour time frame, same thing is showing us here. So we'll go to the 15-minute time frame to look out for trades for today. Now on the 15-minute time frame, just like Euro USD, I'm also expecting it to retrace here because that's mitigated the high of the Asian trading session. So this was the high of the Asian trading session, somewhere around here. Price has retraced right into it, and I feel it has properly mitigated its next place that has been left unmitigated is this order block right here. So I'm expecting a GBP USD sell into here and then a buy all the way up here. So this is the trade I'm looking forward to take on GBP USD. So my entry is going to be here. Stop loss around 15 pips, just like Euro USD. And then take profit all the way here. So we'll be targeting somewhere around here. Okay, so this is about 1:3. So if we get a good decent play on GBP USD and Euro USD all together in one day, then this is quite good. So for Euro USD, we're looking at about 60 pips. For GBP USD, we're looking at about 48 pips or thereabouts. So about 100 pips plus or minus for today's trade. So for GBP USD and Euro USD, these are my bias, and these are the things that I'm looking to see play out on these two pairs for today. So let me know if you have any view. I'm going to share this markup on the Telegram group after the market call out today, so that everyone would have access to it and see where we're expecting the market to trade to. Okay, so if you have any question based on what I've analyzed so far, please let me hear your questions. So another thing that may happen again on GBP USD is that price could, if price doesn't hold here, price could move further downwards. Okay, so if price doesn't hold right here where we just marked, then it could move further to the downside. This is because of the box pattern we're seeing that printed right here. This is the box pattern here. We had the left shoulder here, then the break or the sweep of liquidity here, then there was a clear break of structure, and now price may either return to this other block or to this other left shoulder here to form the right one. So these are the two places I'm thinking GBP USD may retrace to. Okay, so if GBP USD retrace to any of these two levels, I'll be looking to take my buy from there to the upside. Okay, so these are my bias on GBP USD, and then this is my bias on Euro USD. Overall, we're expecting bullishness or expecting buy trend on GBP USD and Euro USD for today. Okay, So let me take a quick question. Okay, all right. So these are the things that we're looking out for on GBP. I'm going to send this to the general Telegram group so that everyone has access to it. Okay. And if you have any other question based off what we just shared, make sure you feel free to ask your questions. We're going to go on a very, very short break. And when we return, we're going to be analyzing gold and then the yen pair. So stay around, and then when we return, we'll continue with the analysis for today.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the market brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. And that was a very great insight from our CG for the DSY order, the dollar correlated pair. So this morning we are going to be moving into the analysis of the precious metal. And after the analysis of the precious metal, we go straight to Japan to see what is going on in Japan. And from there, we look at the other yen correlated pairs. All right, so let's start with the precious metal this morning. You know, since Friday, there has been a lot of geopolitical tension between Israel and Iran, and we know how the precious metal reacts to such incidents, such when it's happening, you'll get the point now. So it's very, very important to have that in mind that whenever there is war going on, a lot of people edge on, especially investors, they edge on the precious metal, meaning you most likely to see the buy of gold a lot, most likely to see the buy of gold a lot. So the projection now is that there's high tendency, all things being equal, for us to see the precious metal trade all the way into the 3,700 level for this war, towards the end of this month in the course of this war going on, all right? And the more we see, the more war comes up, the more we are going to see a lot of, bullishness come into the precious metal. So this morning, what we are expecting now is just a brief pullback of the precious metal into the fair value gap that we have here, just to have a technical support for the buy. And when we see this happen, then that is the new level where we expect long to take place from. Knowing fully well that even on Friday, we're looking to short briefly the precious metal. Yes, it was going on a bit, selling a bit like about 100 pips, but all of a sudden at the open of the market, we see how that price has already jumped all the way up to 450 level, 453 level. All right, and that is as a result of the war going on in between Israel and Iran. All right. So right now we already see the fair value gap marked here, and at the same time we can see more of our flip zone just residing at this particular point here. So the two are giving us a two confluence of where we still expect the precious metal to come into. And if you're on our mailing list, you'll have seen this early, this late yesterday when we send it out that this is our expectation for the week for the precious metal, meaning we are expecting the precious metal to sell to buy, just a pullback, then continuation of its bullish trend. So that is the overview on the daily time frame. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame to go and mark out our specific levels. Now you can see on the 4-hour time frame, we have what we drew on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we have the order block seated in that particular zone, which is that fair value gap, and at the same time the confirmation of our flip zone. So we expect that price should pull back a little bit more into this particular order block or this fair value gap on the daily time frame and also the flip zone. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, we are going to observe that everywhere still looks very much bullish all the way to the upside. Even if you look at past price action from the 4-hour standpoint, we are going to observe that everywhere we are very bullish. After this long, then market enters into a consolidation, and right now we are expecting that pullback for us to continue our buy to the upside. All right, and on the 1-hour time frame, what we are seeing on the 1-hour time frame, even at the market open, yes, we have a jump to the upside, but we see the sell playing out all the way to the downside. Now, what do we expect right now for the 1-hour time frame? Now, if you look at it from the 1 hour, you are going to observe that price is still pulling all the way through. And remember, on Friday, our intention is to sell into this Asian low, particularly the price action that we have here on Friday. So we are seeing that playing out this morning, which is Monday, at the opening of the week. So we expect price to come all the way back, take out liquidity below here, tap into this level, then we start our buy. Now let's view it from the 15-minute time frame. What view do we have on the 15-minute time frame? Now for 15 minutes, what I'm seeing on 15 minutes is price coming all the way down, all right, all the way down into this zone that we've marked. So I expect this place to be protected, a low to be protected. So we may see price, we should see price, clear all this liquidity that we are seeing on the 15 minutes time frame. We should see price clear everything on the 15-minute time frame. Then we now begin to long back to the upside. But I know some of like, can't we just join the sell to the downside? Yes, there's no any signature for the sell right now from what we are seeing from the market. As a matter of fact, we are seeing more like this support here is kind of still holding price through. But let's see how price break through this support to the downside, then let it trade into the higher time frame POI. Then that gives us a confirmation into what we should expect moving forward, meaning price trading into this level, then we can now long it all the way to the upside. So that is that for the precious metal for the week. Now let's quickly move all the way to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. Now for the yen basket, all we've been expecting is that we want to see the yen basket long all through into this weekly order block that has been our reference point for a very long while now. However, what we have been seeing is that price has just been consolidating within this zone for a while now after this massive push to the upside, and price has been consolidating here. So that is on the daily on the weekly time frame. Now, if you look at it from the daily time frame, you are going to observe that we have similar price action playing out here too on the daily time frame. How that after we see the long price keep consolidating within this zone. So this week also, our bias is still the same, that we are still expecting price, how that price should, long or through. So for this week, we are still looking out for a bullish yen, So if the yen is bullish, then that is telling us that the other yen correlated pair, they should be bearish, meaning they should sell all the way to the downside. All right. Now let's quickly take a look at some of the yen correlated pairs, starting with GBP JPY. Now for GBP-JPY, you are going to observe what we have here on GBP-JPY. Price has been consolidating also. It's more like a flip of what we just see, what we saw on the yen basket a few minutes ago. So you can see how that price has been consolidating generally on GBP-JPY. So let's look at the inner structure. What is the structure within that we can easily follow? Since we are expecting a long of the GBP, a long of the yen basket, then we should see the inverse on GBP-JPY, meaning what to see the short. Now, looking at the current price action for GBP-JPY, I'm seeing a structure form here, which is, I've seen the shoulder here, the sweep, the break, and price creating liquidity to sell further. All right, and now attempting to clear that level. So this is bias for the GBP-JPY. We expect that price should long all the way to come and take out liquidity at this point. And also this I should also still serve as where we may put our stop loss if we want to sell. We see our sell signature for GBP-JPY. Now this is our shoulder just resting here, just as we all can see. This is it here. And just at the top of the shoulder, that is where price gets to a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago rather, and it started pulling to the downside. But at the same time, reason why I'm not very certain and we don't trust this current sell going on is because there's still liquidity at the top here. So we expect that price to come and take out this liquidity before selling further to the downside. But let's check the 1 hour time frame to confirm what we are seeing on the 1 hour time frame. Great. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, it becomes much more obvious right now, as we have our shoulder, we have our sweep, and we have our bottom break. Now, price coming back to come some liquidity points here before further break to the downside for that sell. Now, price is pulling all the way back up. That is the reason we said we should wait for price to take out liquidity at this point. If by any means price takes out liquidity here, then we can easily short GBP-JPY from this point all the way to the downside. So this is what we are expecting for GBP-JPY, that price will come all the way here. This should be our stop loss, about 28 pips or so. Let's just give it a 30 pips SL. Good, just a 30 pips SL, and our entry point will be somewhere around this place. Our 25 pips SL and our entry point will be somewhere here when price take out this liquidity point. And where are we going to target? We are going to target all the way to the Friday low, this particular low, and that is what we are going to be looking out for to see what plays out of it moving forward today. So this is the entry, what we are seeing on GBP-JPY to sell further to the downside. Now let's check on the 15-minute time frame. What is the current price action there? Yes, on the 15-minute time frame, we are seeing a signature for sell currently right now. However, if you want to do that, then no, you are going to make your stop loss a bit wider, right? You're going to make it a bit wider because this looks more of the entry. So you can still see further the last leg to the upside to take out that level. But if you are the type who wants to just take out just to trade what is going on now, that means entry will be somewhere here right now, and that is about 7 pips entry for GBP-JPY. Wow, that is a bit wild. So just be patient enough if you can and allow price to get to this point. So we take this particular one together and see what comes out of it. And remember, price takes out this liquidity just as we are seeing on the 1 hour. When price takes it's simply telling us that yes, liquidity has been taken out, but we should wait a bit to see our entry signature. So when we see our entry signature, we trigger and follow through to the downside. So that is that for GBP-JPY. Now, lastly, let's quickly take a look at AUD-JPY. What is also going on AUD-JPY? Well, if you remember last week, we were expecting AUD-JPY to come all the way, take out liquidity around this level, and also trade into this split zone particularly on the 4 hour, this 1 hour time frame rather. So we are expecting this support. You can see support broken. So we expect that place to hold as a very strong resistance. Now, AUDJPY getting to that level right now. What exactly are we looking out for on AUDJPY moving forward? Now, if you see, let's check on the 15-minute time frame. Since price already get to the flip zone, what exactly are we looking out for? Now, for AUDJPY is giving an entry signature on the 15-minute time frame, which is this that we are seeing here, right? However, you take your trade right now, you can take your trade just a first shot. Let's take a first shot of AUDJPY right now. This is it with SL just above this level. See what plays out, what comes of it. So this is what we'll be looking out for AUDJPY. And that's just like a 20 pips short, and we are doing 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we are targeting this particular liquidity point here. Is where our target is. So this is going to be our target. That's if I want to see. All right. So that is the first entry for AUDJPY. However, on the higher time frame, I'm seeing something for AUDJPY on the higher time frame. If we can all see it together. Please, if you can mute your mic, please mute your mic. This is the global platform. All right. So you can see how that price came all the way on 4 hour time frame. This is our shoulder. This is the sweep and the break to the downside. And we've seen price retrace back to that shoulder level, which also has a fair value gap as the confirmatory entry there. And after that, we see the sell-off that was on Wednesday, last week Wednesday to the downside. Now we are expecting the continuation of the sell, and the overall level we are still expecting price to sell into is to come and take out these lows here, this liquidity point here. All right. Now, if you look at the 1 hour time frame of this last leg that we have, we are seeing, yes, price already get to this blue zone, good level to short all the way to the downside. Now, as price gets there, that's why we have this right now. But at the same time, I'm looking at the current price action here, meaning if this particular entry, if it fails, then that means price is coming all the way to this shoulder that we have here. We can see this shoulder here, and we've seen the sweep. And before the break to the downside, we see this liquidity point. So two things would happen here. We are going to see how that price will come all the way to this level. See this liquidity point here. And the liquidity point, you can see, is not the same level as the ultimate high that we have on the 1 hour time frame. No. So which means if price takes out this liquidity point, there's probability we see take out this level too. So if by any means price come all the way to take out this double top here, then when we see our entry signature for a sell, just as we are seeing on 15 minutes right now, you see the set is almost moving on 15 minutes. This is it here right now. So right, just as we are seeing now, if we see the same thing happen somewhere around this zone, then we are shorting to the downside again for AUDJPY. And this is it. This is what we are trying to say here. So when you see any of your entry signature around this level, just slam it. And remember where we are still heading to. We are coming all the way down for AUDJPY. So that is that also for AUDJPY. We have the move for today, right now for this session. And moving into tomorrow or next tomorrow, we should see this happen. I know fully well that tomorrow is going to be the release of the bank rate for the yen. So Japan bank rate is coming tomorrow during the Asian session. So we should watch out for that. And if you are the type that trades the Asian session, you can also take advantage of what will be happening towards that period. So lastly, as we round up, see a comment saying EURJPY. Now, if you look at EURJPY, even from the daily time frame, we are going to observe that we have similar price action here. All right. If you look at it, just like GBP/JPY. I remember sometimes last week we saw price come all the way to this liquidity point. And we're like, if price takes out this level, then we should expect the sell of EURJPY. But if you check the 4 hour time frame, we've not seen a very clear move on the 4-hour time frame. Instead, we see the bullish move all the way to the upside. Now, if you check the 1-hour time frame too, we are seeing a bullish move on Euro JPY, whereas on the other pairs, we've already seen some market structure shift to the downside. Now, could it be is Euro JPY that is a bit lagging? Then what we need to do is just let's go to the lower time frame for confirmation until we see market structure shift on the lower time frame. Even what we are seeing here, yes, it looks like a signature, but it's not it. It's not it at all. So let's wait until we see a proper sell signature for Euro JPY. But what price is still doing right now, we are not seeing anything on Euro JPY right now. Just pause and watch what becomes of Euro moving forward. All right. So that is it for the Euro JPY. If there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box. Let's quickly address it before we call it a day. And if there's no question, remember by 2 p.m. we are going to be having the London and New York session of the market call. Make sure you come on board and also invite as many as you know. Join us for the market call. So if there's no question, this is going to be the end of the market call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. Once again, this week, make sure you trade cautiously as we have a lot of high impact news and also the ongoing Israel-Iran war. All right. Till we meet again by 2 p.m. I'm Lekon Shen. Cheers and God bless.